what we can measure on planet Earth? It's hard, man. I'm not entirely sure. If we're talking about the cosmos, I think it's hard to assume from a religious book that everything is made because it's said in a religious book. So we just follow that way.
We're not dealing with religion at the moment. We're just dealing with logic and common sense. Yeah. So the premise or the thing that we're trying to discuss here is anything that's created, does it have a beginning? Yeah. So when it comes to human beings, we have a beginning.
Yeah.
Animals, beginning. Trees, beginning.
Yeah.
Clouds, beginning. Even when we create, when we assemble something, because we don't technically create it, it has a beginning. Yeah. So when I ask you, is there anything that doesn't have a beginning? Because you said, I disagree with that. So for you to...
I don't know. Wouldn't say I disagree 100%. I don't know.
All right. So when you, the thing... Sorry, what's your name? Shane.
Yes.
Yeah. So Shane, the thing is, when it comes to God, you're saying you're unsure? Or you're unsure.
I'm a cultural Christian, but I would class myself as agnostic.
All right. Let's go to the bare bones then, yeah? Because just the cause or everything having a beginning seems to rub you off the wrong way, yeah? No problem.
Yeah.
What's
I'm here to learn.
Yeah, no problem. Let's stick with something very basic then, yeah? Are you aware of Descartes? Yeah, so Descartes said, I think, therefore I am. Yeah, Descartes is very famous. So he stripped away the five senses, and he stripped away everything.
A lot of people, I just wanted a one-to-one.
No problem. You've got nothing to worry about. Wow. I give you my assurance.
Wow.
Just be honest, just be yourself. They just want to hear a good rational discussion. I think this will be good to show the people that two people can have a good conversation without the needing to push something down someone's throat.
Fair enough.
So I think it will be a good example. So he said, I think, therefore I am. So he said that, okay, when it comes to your eyesight, there can be doubt. When it comes to other things, there can be doubt. Yeah? But then Friedrich Nietzsche, who promotes this idea of nihilism, he said, I disagree with that. I think. What is I? Yeah, you can't even be sure about the self. Like you keep saying, I don't know.
No.
Then okay, we can agree on something that's absolutely fundamental. Yeah, which is existence. You can't deny existence, correct?
No.
So everybody, even if you're unsure about your senses, you accept that there is existence. Yeah? All right, brilliant. Now, would you also say that there has to be uniformity?
Yeah.
There has to be regularity and stability in nature. This is an absolute fact. There has to be.
Yeah.
Because if there isn't uniformity, stability and regularity, we can't do science. We can't come out. Yeah. For example, if I take my watch and I hold it up, what's to stop it from exploding? Obviously, I can be comfortable that the laws of nature are uniform, regular and stable, isn't it?
Yeah.
So number one, we acknowledge that there is existence.
Yeah.
That's something. Number two, we acknowledge about the uniformity, stability and regularity of nature. These are the two premises.
Yeah.
Then I will then conclude that there needs to be an existence.
Yeah.
There needs to be a existence that explains the uniformity, regularity and stability of nature. Doesn't that then follow?
You're talking about a creator.
I'm saying, doesn't there then need to be an existence that follows on from there? Because we don't deny our existence. We don't deny about the regularity, the uniformity and the stability of nature. So then it follows that if there's existence and all those three things apply to nature, then there needs to be an existence which then explains that. Yeah. That's God?
Yeah. I mean, if you explain it in that sense,
That's because you know what that is, my friend? That is called a logical syllogism. Yeah? So people that study logic, that's what you do. For example, this individual here hates all people with the Nike bag.
Oh, I've got Under Armour, so it's fine.
Yeah. This brother has a Nike bag.
Yeah.
Therefore, he hates him.
Yeah.
You see, it's a very simple ABC process.
Yeah.
So now we've acknowledged that we've taken the two very basic principles of existence and regularity of nature, which we can't deny, and you can't say, I don't know. Because the fact that you're here proves that you're existing here and that nature is stable. So there has to be somebody, and intelligence.
And that leads on to a whole different...
But that's good, because now what you are, my friend, so Shane, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now you are what they call a deist, which you acknowledge that there is a creator, there is intelligence, but you just don't know what it is, which is a step up, because before you weren't sure. You said there could be, there couldn't be.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, I still... It's hard to describe.
But that's the thing, Shane. There's one thing that we need to rest on, which, whether we accept, we can't really deny this point, that everybody has one type of knowledge. And that's logic, that's common sense, rationality.
But that is subjective, because there would be an atheist that would then say to you, it's not to believe in a God is BS for whatever reason, and they would give you a list of reasons. So that could be, subjective.
But then we will, no, but I'm talking about
Common
logic.
sense.
No, I'm talking about logic. No, I didn't say common sense. Logic, because logic follows a framework. It's taught in universities. It's a subject in its own right. Do you see? So when we're dealing with logic, Shane, and we've come to a conclusion, we should be intellectually honest with ourselves. Like, you know what? ABC, that makes sense. So let's just say we do acknowledge that there is a creator, that there is intelligence. Now, when we look at everything that's around us, would you say that a shop can function without a shopkeeper?
No.
Can a ship sail without a sailor?
Depends in the future. But as of this moment, no.
No, but when you say depends in the future, elaborate.
Technology is going at such a speed where that could be a possibility, but as of this moment, no.
Enlighten us. Like, how would that ship be able to sail without a sailor?
Dude, there's like cars that is coming into production where you don't drive them.
Did you hear what happened yesterday with the Tesla?
No, I didn't. Tell me.
Yeah, it was in self-driving mode, and it crashed into multiple vehicles. I just thought I'd just put that out there.
Oh my God. Okay, fair enough.
Point that I'm trying to say, my friend, is it proves that nothing can replace intelligence. That's why they call it artificial intelligence. That's what you're alluding to. It's not intelligence, it's artificial intelligence. And it requires intelligence in itself. So let's deal with common sense. Let's deal with common sense at this moment in time, which is, you've acknowledged that a ship can't sail without a sailor, isn't it?
As of this moment, yes.
Yeah. I would even argue in the future as well that to leave a ship to completely sail by itself, I think that would be irrational.
Well, maybe in 100 years, that might be a reality. But as of this moment, I agree with you. We can't.
But I mean, when we say in 100 years, in 100 years, I'm saying we can lead to absurdities because we're uncertain. And the thing is, Shane, everybody has to die. Everybody's here for a limited period of time. And this question of why is very important. When it comes to everything else, we don't go to work and say, maybe my boss might come and elbow me in the nose. He might come and give me a wedgie, an atomic wedgie. He might just start sticking a banana up my nose. There's all sorts of possibilities. It depends on certain bosses. They're a bit, I'm saying, anything can happen.
No, I get what you're saying.
So I'm saying, look, we deal with the rational. We deal with what we know, because with certain things at the start you said, I don't know. So if a ship can't sail without a sailor, a shop can't operate, or a shop can't function without a shopkeeper. A classroom. You remember when you were in school, Shane, isn't it? When the teacher left the class. Tell me what happened. The kids, they regressed. They went down the evolutionary model, and they turned back into chimps. And they start going nuts. So, because I'm a teacher myself, I know how it is. As soon as I'm leaving the class, I hear them like, "Sir's gone, Sir's gone." And then as I'm approaching, "Sir's coming, Sir's coming." So the point, my friend, is with all the complexities and the ecosystems, when we look at the complexities of life, it's undeniable, and it's irrational to assume that it operates without an operator. Would you agree with that on a rational level?
We're talking about God,
we're talking on a rational level. Can it operate without an operator?
No.
It can't. Very good, Shane. You're being intellectually honest. Yeah. So then we go on to the points that you're saying. Yeah. You're saying, okay, all right. I've acknowledged that there has to be an intelligence. There has to be a creator. I do not believe that this all came by accident. Yeah. Excellent. Now we go on to, okay, if there is a creator. Yeah. You remember from Big Bang we had time, space. That's what scientists tell us, that's how it started, yeah?
Some scientists,
So it makes sense that the creator has to be outside of time and space. Yeah. Because if he is inside time and space, it then necessitates that he is subject to the laws of science, isn't it? Yeah. So he is, as they say, contingent. Yeah. That he can cease to exist. Would you think that God can cease to exist? If he's orchestrated everything, created everything, can he then cease to exist?
If that narrative is true, then no.
So for God, it makes sense that he is powerful.
Of course.
He's created everything. He is all intelligent, because we see that even in creation as well, isn't it? So it makes sense that there is a intelligence, and that intelligence is ever living, is outside time and space. He is not he is not necessarily understood by us, and that, would you be content with calling him? It's a title of God.
Obviously you're
Jazakallah.
You're talking about it from an Islamic point of view, correct?
At the moment, I'm just speaking from a rational point of view. We'll get to the Islamic thing, and you can tell me anything that you have an issue with, no problem.
Not an issue, it's just more of a concern and more to learn more.
Yes,
you know?
yes, of course.
I don't disagree with anything you're saying at this moment in time. No.
Excellent. So then, Shane, would it make sense? You see, he's very happy as well.
Yeah, very happy.
Yes, very good. So, would it make sense, Shane, with how I've described this intelligence, that it makes sense that there is only one? Because if there were multiple, then, but here's where rationality kicks in, Shane. Because we're saying he is the all-powerful. He is the creator of all. He is the first. You can't have two firsts. You can't have two people that finish first in a race. You call it a draw, but again, you don't. There will be still. You check the camera and you're like, that person edged it by 1/10 of a second. That's what they do in Formula 1, isn't it? I don't know it's Formula 1 anymore, but they say he's won a 1/10 of a second pole position. So it makes sense that God is one. Because you can't say, he is all powerful, but he's all powerful too. He is the first, but he's also the first.
Basically, you're dismantling some religions. I think Hindus believe in multiple gods.
Hindus believe, in multiple,
Sikhs,
thousands,
Sikhs as well. I don't know. Do Sikhs believe in multiple gods?
I'm not sure. Possibly I don't want to attribute anything to Sikhism, but I think certain beliefs that they have with Guru Nanak,
I mean, I don't know. I'm speculating.
But the thing, Shane, is at the moment, what you have to understand, we're all products of our society.
Of course,
Media, misconceptions, people's stories do affect us. And we do understand that there is a narrative, and the narrative nowadays is not pro faith, pro religion. It's more in their favor, the powers that be, to keep us consuming, to not keep us thinking about our purpose. Because if we start thinking that we are not defined by what we are purchasing, then they don't make their money. So they have to make you think, Shane, that you're not good looking. you're not handsome, because you're then going to go and buy extra grooming product. They have to tell you that you don't have a six-pack, and these women, they like the six-pack. Yeah, so you're going there doing the stomach crunches, and as it's obvious, I've been slipping on the stomach crunches.
Yeah.
I've got the one pack. I just need to get 5 more. I'm getting there one by one.
Yeah.
So the thing, Shane, is that's why I'm not dealing with the religion at the moment. I'm just getting you to think rationally how we can arrive at the conclusion that there is a creator, and the creator has to be one.
Yeah.
Yeah? And then, Shane, it makes sense that that creator, after he's created us, it makes sense that he then sends an instruction manual. For example, I don't know about you, but anytime I buy like a shelf from IKEA, I have to sit there and get my thinking cap on and start looking at the pictures. And now imagine if I didn't have that instruction manual. I'd have a shelf that normally should be here, but my shelf would probably be here. You got one compartment there, one compartment there, one compartment dangling over there.
Yeah.
Be all over the place.
Yeah.
Now, if I get an instruction manual, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Now, if IKEA go, you know what?
Remember,
We've seen your videos.
Jesus will not tell
We
you.
appreciate you.
Anyone coming here telling you about Jesus.
Yeah. So we're going to send someone, Shane.
Yeah.
We're going to send somebody that's going to help you understand that instruction manual. You'd appreciate it. So what the theistic religions believe, Shane, is God then sent instruction manuals and then sent prophets to explain those instruction manuals. Yeah. So prophets came after the books to explain the books. And that's rationally, Shane, how you can understand that there is a God. Number one, that there is one God. Number two. Number three, rationally makes sense that there is scripture that God sends for us to understand. Number four, it follows, therefore, that there are prophets that have been sent. And then I know you want to say something.
Now, everything you're saying, I don't disagree with.
Excellent, Shane.
Okay? But really, the point of talking to you in particular is because I have a lot of questions and concerns, maybe.
Let's go for it.
About Islam. Okay? In a respectful way. I don't want to offend anyone.
Shane, it's not about offense. I'm giving you full authority to ask whatever you want.
Okay. Oh, the pressure's on, eh?
I can assure that these people, they're a very friendly bunch here. You can see this one's a bit dodgy though.
No.
Trust me, people that have been following my content know. A couple of weeks ago, one guy was standing where you're standing. He said, Allah is fail. Allah is fail. And last week, the same guy was saying, your God is small, this small. A few weeks before, somebody said, I think Prophet Muhammad had mental tendencies. So I've had it all, Shane. You don't have to worry about it.
And I don't want to offend anyone.
I don't think these people are going to get offended.
But,
they're just enjoying this conversation.
Let's get to the meat and bones.
Let's go for it. I like meat.
So do I.
And as you can see, I have bones as well.
Sharia law. Okay?
I love how you said it. And then you paused and said, okay. To see if it's landed. No problem. Sharia law.
No. And I know Sharia law is prayer, it's given to charity. There's a lot of good stuff that I respect. What I don't respect is the apostasy law. Now, if Islam was true, you would not need to have that. You would not have to kill someone for leaving Islam. If it's true. I don't know if you agree or disagree with that, but...
That's fine. From your knowledge, is there any other religion that has the apostasy law?
I think
or that discuss it? Judaism does. All right. And that's in the Bible. You agree with that, yeah? Yeah, it's in the Old Testament. It's actually in Deuteronomy chapter 13, verse 6. Yeah?
So you know it very well.
I do. I'm aware of these questions.
Okay. No, of course. That's why I came to you, because you're a known figure, you know your stuff.
Well,
you know,
debatable, but...
I'm just here to learn.
Yeah, he's here to learn as well. The wasp. So I just wanted to see, and are you aware that the society that we live in, It's a liberal society. Would you agree with that? It's based upon neoliberalism.
Neoliberalism, secular values, yeah. It's
And
not based upon. It's lost its. I mean, obviously, the Christian history of this country will always be there, but it's lost some of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I would
with you.
agree.
I agree with you. Are you aware that it's even within the liberal framework?
Yeah.
The apostasy law is within the liberal framework as well. Are you aware of this?
Are you talking about?
I'm talking about the founders like John Stuart Mill, like John Locke, yeah, John Rousseau. All of these individuals, if you study their writings, you will see that the apostasy law is compatible even within the liberal framework system. Are you aware of this?
Yeah, but then I would then say that's not the perfect interpretation. Like the British law system is not perfect.
Yeah.
Whereas Islam and Sharia law should be perfect, right? If it's been revealed to Muhammad, to the Prophet Muhammad.
No. I see your point, but
Yeah.
at the moment, what I first need to establish, Shane, is many people come to Islam. Obviously, not like yourself. You seem like an educated individual. People come and they claim that it's just Islam. Apostasy law is just in Islam.
No.
Yeah, but you seem like someone that's a bit more
No,
nuanced.
it's in the Jewish.
Yeah, it's in the Bible also, and it's even within the liberal framework.
Yeah.
The framework that's being pushed upon other countries now as well. That you need to follow this framework as well. By the way, you've abandoned Sharia law or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But so we've established that. Now, another thing, Shane, that needs to be understood is you understand that treason law.
Yeah.
Can you just summarize what's your understanding of the treason law?
Would Edward Snowden be an example? Are you talking about the British system? Or?
No, just your understanding of treason. Because you do know treason is punishable by death, isn't it?
It would be betrayal, wouldn't it, of your country or.
What it is, Shane, back in the days, the thing is, what we do is we look at the framework that we have now, and then we try to superimpose it on the framework of the past.
Right.
But the thing, Shane, is that the current state system that we have now is different to the state system that was in the past. For example, religion, your religion would be the entire state.
Yeah.
So when you're leaving the religion, you're leaving the state.
Yeah.
Now, the apostasy law, a lot of people claim that when you leave, that's it, it's death. But then my question to you, Shane, if that was so true, wouldn't we be hearing every other week, every other month, every other year, people being killed because they've left Islam?
Don't you think people would be scared to do it?
No, I wouldn't say so, because look at the amount of Muslim. In fact, I would argue that the most populated Muslim country on the planet.
Yeah. Is it Indonesia?
It's India is definitely amongst them. Let's just say, for argument's sake, India is not a Muslim country. Okay, Indonesia, Malaysia, Egypt has Coptic Christians there. Saudi Arabia. Have you ever heard, Shane, of a Muslim country that has killed an apostate in your recollection?
Have I? Not country. I've heard of groups do it.
Which group?
ISIS.
Are you aware of ISIS? Yeah.
What they do?
Like in terms of who ISIS is?
Yeah, I know they're created.
There's not a single Muslim, a credible Muslim scholar or group that considers ISIS to follow mainstream Islam.
That's just one example. So
of course. But I'm saying that if this was sanctioned by Islam, there are countries that claim to follow Islam, isn't it? Like you got the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. But if I ask anybody, have you ever heard of somebody killing an apostate? They say no.
But why is it in the book then? Like, why is it part of it?
The thing, Shane, is what people like to do is it's there as a deterrent. Many of these punishments that you will possibly have in your mind, they are deterrents. Now, if deterrents aren't there, I'll tell you what's going to happen, Shane. If people leave from the MI6, for example, Catherine Gunn, when she revealed what America was planning to do with the UN with regards to the Iraq war, it was game over for her. It was game over for her. Yeah. We look at Gary Webb. When he exposed what the CIA was doing in Nicaragua, there was a problem. He had a mysterious death. Edward Snowden, you quoted. Yeah. So the thing, Shane, what I'm saying is, look, we're not going to hear, we're not standing here and we're sugarcoating that anyone can come in and claim to believe and then leave and then start hurting the Muslims. Yeah. There needs to be a consequence. That Shane, if somebody comes and I'm telling you, every country, if you work in the Secret Service, you work within the higher echelons of the politics, and then you go and you start causing problems for that country, I'm telling you there will be a consequence. Now the point to consider here is you're saying death. But that's the thing. That's not the Jumhur opinion. You don't just...
What's the...
Jumhur means that's not the consensus opinion.
Okay.
Now, you see, somebody's left the religion, that's it. It doesn't work like that. There is a court, just like you said Sharia, there is a Sharia court, or Sharia for the Tajweed inspectors watching. The Sharia court, and in that court, there is a system, there's criteria that you need to follow. It's not as simple as that, my friend. You know what I'm saying? And in most cases, they will not get death. But the thing is, this is called selective outrage, where a person takes one thing and then they make it seem like that is representative of the faith.
Fair enough.
Do you see, Shane? Because otherwise, I'm going to be honest, you're going to get loads of people, that are coming in, wreaking havoc, then leaving, and then just doing mad stuff and causing pain. And the Islamic State, not the Islamic State group. But back in the days, the Islamic State, it composed of Muslims, Christians, Jews, and people of other faiths. So if you then leave and you cause even issues for Christians and Jews, no. It's not just Muslims. Do you see, Shane?
No.
So logically...
Like I say, I'm here to ask
No, that's absolutely fine.
So I might have some misconceptions.
But you're satisfied with that, yeah?
I mean...
Okay. What's your next...
there's so many, man, because there's so many people, I forgot. There's a lot of pressure. I would love to learn more about... why is there so many ex-Muslims that hate Islam? And literally their whole mission is to convey people to stay away from Islam.
Very good. Okay. For that, you need to understand somewhat the geopolitics, And if you look at the geopolitics, Shane, you will realize in every society there has been a scapegoat. Now, there's a really good book. I know the color is a black and red book. It's called The Islamophobia Industry, by Nathan something. So what he says is, previously, in fact, there's a book called Killing Hope by William Bloom. And in this book, he compiles 50 countries that since World War II, the United States has interfered in. 50 countries, and it's a catalogue. And most of them, the premise for that issue, to make the masses accept that, is communism. So the point that I'm trying to say, Shane, is previously it was communism. Before that, it was the blacks. Before that, it was the Jews. Before that, it was the Bavarian Illuminati, not the Illuminati that people are going to say, brother believes in the Illuminati. Not that Illuminati. This was an actual group called the Bavarian Illuminati. So there's always been scapegoats. Now, it makes sense for people to exploit the current scapegoat. For example, do you know that since 9/11, 75% of the extremist attacks have been done by far-right extremists? Did you know this? Search it up. His name is Chris Hunter. Chris Hunter used to work in the government. He doesn't anymore. Now he's a terrorism an analyst.
Yeah.
He's a terrorism analyst. So 75%. Now I ask you, Shane, the news coverage doesn't reflect the amount of extremists.
I mean, I would have to verify what you just said, but if that is true, then I don't know. There's obviously a narrative. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, that's a good rational answer. There is a narrative. Yeah. In fact, there's an article you can find on RT where even the Russians, they are using Islamophobia to create destabilization here in the West as well.
In the West, okay.
Yeah, in the West, because there's that whole Russia versus the West. Yeah. And the thing is, even if we look at the way Islam is portrayed in the media, we know there is some sort of narrative.
Yeah, it's very negative.
Yeah. Now, would you say, because even in the park, there's been many people that have accepted Islam. Yeah, some people from Christian backgrounds. What happens, Shane, is I hear very little people that go around proclaiming, I'm an ex-Christian, or I'm an ex-Jew. But naturally, they are uncomfortable with their faith. They have certain emotional problems with their faith, but when they leave,
I'm sure if I was to ask a lot of them, just my opinion, I'm sure they would still say, I don't hate Christianity, I don't hate the Jewish faith, I don't hate the Hindu faith. Whereas I've seen a lot of ex-Muslims.
I would disagree with that, Shane.
Okay.
Because I've come across people because
hate it.
Yeah, they hate it. Yeah, because think about it, Shane. If you're like a lot of people that leave Christianity that I've come across, they say, the concept of God didn't give me this. He took my wife away from me. He took this away. I hate God. I hate God. Yeah. But the thing is, there's no profit to be made from ex-Christians.
Yeah.
There's more profit to be made from ex-Muslims. If you actually look at where they're getting their funding from, the ex-Muslims of Canada, the ex-Muslims of so-and-so, they're forming even the Qur'an Foundation. Yeah, the Qur'an Foundation that was receiving heavy
funds. The Qur'an Foundation, aren't they? They still classify themselves as Muslim, don't they?
No, because no. Reason being, because especially Majid Nawaz, who's like the main figurehead.
But he claims to be a Muslim.
He claims to be. Like, for example, Shane, if I claim to be a vegan, and I'm here and I'm like, you're Shane, I got beef burger, man, look, wait. Veganism, it's well important. And then every 2 minutes I'm sliding the meat back into the burger because it's just leaking out. You're gonna think, what sort of vegan is this guy? Yeah, are you a vegan? No, Shane, you gotta trust me, mate. I'm a vegan, mate. You gotta try this really good, mate. You're gonna think this guy's a nutcase.
Yeah.
So when you look at the fundamentals of Islam, there's certain things that are absolute fundamentals. And a person is willy-nilly denying the fundamentals of the faith and then claims, I'm a Muslim. No one in their right mind is going to take them seriously. You know what I'm saying? So if you look on the grassroots level, you don't get grassroots organizations even accepting Qur'an. No mosque even invites them. There must be something wrong then. Because they're denying fundamental verses of the Qur'an. Do you see?
Yeah.
So the point that I'm trying to say is, these ex-Muslims, like I've spoken to some ex-Muslims. They're like, they would be as forthcoming as yourself. They say, look, we don't agree, blah, 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 we're just getting on with our life. However, people that are ex-Muslims, they don't work. They're with other ex-Muslims and they're regularly making videos. Oh, I'm sorry, how are you not working and able to make these videos, high-end quality, latest camera and all this equipment? Like, I'm sorry, one add one is two. Can't be a potato.
I mean, I do agree. There is a lot of, let's be honest, there is a lot of hatred towards Islam. Not just from the rest of, from a lot of different faiths and people, there's a lot of hatred. So I understand there's a lot of bias. And that's why
and one thing, sorry Shane, I think this adds to your point as well. You know, about a week ago, there was a terrorist attack in this country. You probably didn't hear of it.
No, I didn't.
Because it was a white man, and this white man, he went on a rampage. Yeah, there was a mass shooting.
Sorry, you're talking about Plymouth.
Yeah, Plymouth.
Yeah.
Plymouth.
Sorry.
It's
yeah,
because
yeah.
I said terrorist, and that's why you were like, it can't be
Yeah,
that.
I won't lie. Yeah.
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 Because that's how it is, and this actually proves my point.
Yeah.
That when these things happen, labeling is very important. The Plymouth
No,
shooter.
he was a terrorist. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
he was,
But
yeah.
they didn't call him that.
Well,
And it's the biggest mass shooting that's taken place in this country.
None of the mainstream media actually use the word terrorist.
Yeah.
They should have.
In the last 15 years,
Yeah.
it's the first mass shooting that's taken place in this country.
Yeah.
Dylan Roof, he went into a church
And killed a lot of,
no, he was in a black
Christians,
church. He killed black Christians, and you know what
To
happened?
start a race
No,
war,
but
yeah.
do you know what happened when he was on his way to the police station?
They said that he had mental health and stuff like that, right?
No. Yeah. He said, you know, if I go to a policeman, I wouldn't. You know, the plot's there. You know, I'm a law-abiding citizen.
That's a good movie, that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm unarmed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm unarmed. So me, if something happens
Yeah.
and I go with them,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
take me for questioning.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll say, you know what, Plod? Yeah, I'm quite hungry.
Yeah.
I fancy a bit of Burger King.
Yeah, no, it's a piss take, yeah.
He say, shut your mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some police officers, they're a bit potty mouthed as well. Shut the F up. Yeah.
I agree.
But Dylan Roof got Burger King. He just done a mass shooting.
I didn't know that. I didn't actually know that.
Yeah.
He got
Yeah, on the way.
Oh, really?
He stops for a burger. And you know the New Zealand
killed
terrorist who killed
Muslims,
who killed the Muslims. Front page of the Daily Mirror, or one of these tabloids. There was a word that is etched into my psyche.
Yeah.
Don't really likes me.
Yeah, I know.
It's etched. They call him angelic. This was on the front cover.
Angelic?
Angelic. The
That's
word.
a term of endearment, isn't it?
It's a term of endearment. And in the metro, this was about a year ago. I remember because I screenshotted this. Would you say any baby is capable of extremism?
Any what? sorry?
Any baby?
No.
But front page of the metro, jihadi baby.
No, it's wrong. It's wrong. I
You know what I'm saying?
disagree with that, yeah.
But point that I'm trying to say is, when it comes to terrorism, it's selectively used.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Like with the Plymouth shooter, it wasn't mentioned. Last year, there were 4 terrorist attacks in the United States in one day. 4. Wasn't reported. I told you since 9/11, 75% of the attacks have been far right. Donald Trump didn't even acknowledge that there's such thing as far right extremism. He didn't even
because he was
acknowledge
talking
it.
about the group that was what are they called? That group that follows him, the bully. No, okay, no.
Yeah, so
But anyway, yeah.
yeah, he has a very strong Christian whole base that he goes to evangelicals.
Yeah.
Evangelicals. But what I'm trying to say, my friend, is terrorism, like many things have happened because I cover these stories.
Yeah.
Whenever it's done by a person not of color,
Yeah.
the word terrorism is missing. This is stabbing.
I would never equate Islam with terrorism.
That's
But
very
like,
good and
no,
very
no,
honest
course,
of you.
I would never, because it's wrong to do that. But there's, like I say, there's still things that I need to get a better understanding
Of course, that's what we're discussing. Yeah.
because there's still things that, you know, doesn't sound right
Go
to
for it.
how I see morality.
Go for it.
Okay, so you've explained things very well.
Thank you.
I didn't expect to speak to so many people, so I've sort of lost my train of thought.
No problem. The crowd has halved.
It has, yeah.
I take full responsibility.
Yeah, no, they're here for you.
That's actually an insult. So the crowd's halved.
No,
I'm joking.
like because you're popular. I mean, I have so many friends, but I've forgotten
Is it
a lot of them.
the hijab? Do you have an issue
I
with
have
the
no
hijab?
issue with the hijab. I have an issue with the niqab, but not the hijab. I think for me,
You know, it's ironic because you're wearing a niqab.
I know, but it's only because I don't want it. Only because of the cameras.
But my friend, the sisters wear the niqab because of the brothers.
Yeah, but
You wear it because of these brothers. They wear it because of those brothers.
I don't know. I just, for me,
And
it's,
niqab
The hijab I have no issue with. In fact, I think it's beautiful because it's a sign of modesty.
Even
as
in
long
this
as the woman doesn't get forced, it's beautiful. I can't sort of disagree with a woman.
Shane,
for wearing
even
a
in this
hijab.
country, you got this guy over here, he's from Manchester. In Manchester, 1901.
Ooh, I'm Chelsea.
1901
Yeah.
in Manchester.
Yeah.
There was this footage that came out. It was on Channel 5.
Yeah.
They've coloured it now.
Yeah,
Before
yeah.
it was black and white, now it's in colour. It was British women in Manchester going around with hijabs on.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the thing with niqab is, Shane, would you agree
Yeah.
that a woman that doesn't want to show her face has the right to do so?
In a secular society, yes, I believe that you should have the choice. But would I necessarily agree with that choice? But it doesn't matter to the individual, obviously, I'm a nobody. But, I don't know, I see it, I don't know, it's hard to describe.
But think about it. I would personally say I see it oppressive when I see a woman at a beach in a bikini. Not that I do that, yeah? Just in case. ABCdawah, don't make a clip out of that, yeah?
Yeah.
So, I would say, in fact, I think Norman Finkelstein had this post. I haven't referenced it, but it does seem logical sense.
Yeah.
He said when the Europeans went to America, they saw that the natives were naked and they were clothed.
Yeah.
And they said, we are there to civilize you. Look at these naked people, we're here to civilize you. Yeah, so
Yeah.
they seemed that as a form of oppression.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I also see, for example, in the Daily Mirror, this was again, I'll say about a couple of months ago, there was I think about 12 or 13-year-old girl
Yeah.
who wanted to wear a skirt, yeah, because in secondary schools you have to wear a skirt,
Skirt.
yeah. Now, they wanted it up to here, she wanted to wear it up to here. The school took her and the family to court.
I didn't know that.
I would say this is oppression.
Yeah,
I'll say this is
I
oppression.
would agree with that.
In France, in the
They
beaches.
banned it. They banned the
No, I'm
niqab.
going to tell you something else. You know what? In France, the burkini is banned.
Yeah.
So the burkini is like swimwear, but it covers the whole body.
Yeah.
Now, a woman was wearing a burkini, and this picture went viral
Yeah.
of two French officers armed, going to her,
Oh, and saying,
telling her to take it off.
yeah. I heard
She
that.
was forced at gunpoint, Shane, to strip. Yeah, this is pretty much what's happening. Do you see? So if women, and I'm telling you, Shane, because Islam, number one, is the fastest growing religion, especially here in the West. That's number one. And number two, the adherents to Islam are women. And most British women, when they enter Islam, they choose to put on the niqab. And I'll tell you why, Shane. It's because, in fact, you know Keira Knightley? She was
actress.
The actress.
Yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean, yeah?
Yeah.
So there's an article in The Guardian where she goes, I don't know of a single actress that has not been sexually harassed. She says it's normal for us now
Yeah.
when we're going to be sexually harassed.
It's wrong, isn't it?
Now the thing, Shane, is because society has become so sexualized, you have some people that don't want to show themselves. They're like, why should I be judged by my face or by this? So the point that I'm trying to come to, Shane, is this. If somebody wants to do that,
I agree.
yeah,
I agree. If you want to wear the niqab, I personally have no issue with it.
there you go.
And I think if France is not my country, if the French want to ban it, it's up to them. It's not my society, right?
That's absolutely fine.
But I believe in this country, it should be allowed. Of course. If you want to wear the niqab, and if you want to cover your whole face, your
No
whole
problem,
body,
no
no problem. As long as you're not getting forced to do it. That's
Let's
the
move on to
caveat.
the next point. That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
I mean,
Eating pork,
no. That's
Alcohol?
That's an individual. No.
cigarettes,
No.
praying 5 times a day,
No.
respect of parents,
No.
respect of elders, looking after society.
Like I say, I don't want to ask these questions in a negative way.
No, look, Shane, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a YouTuber. Yeah?
That's why I came to you, because you're popular.
There's not a single day that I wake up and I don't see someone insulting me,
I guess-
my family, my
it's
channel,
wrong, it's
my
wrong.
dignity.
I guess
I'm desensitized
one of
to
my
that.
contentions, and it probably hurts you more, is there's so many groups that claim to be Muslim that do so many bad things in the name of your religion, and it's just such a bad image.
Okay, so I'm
And that
detecting.
probably hurts you more than it hurts me.
I'm detecting.
As a good person.
It is. I'm detecting from you when you say groups. Am I correct to assume that you mean ISIS? Yeah.
Not just ISIS.
But is that something that plays on your mind?
They are the biggest recent group. Al-Qaeda, Al-Shabaab. What's the group in Nigeria? Boko Haram. I don't know too much about Hamas to form an opinion on that. And again, the Taliban in Afghanistan, I don't have enough.
I'm very impressed with your knowledge of these so-called terrorist groups. Are you aware of the 969? Are you aware of the Sangis or the Hindutva?
No.
Okay,
I'm
so
guessing
that,
they're good.
no, so 969 are the extremist group in Myanmar. They are the ones that are committing atrocities in the name of Buddhism
Okay.
to our Burmese
Yeah.
brethren and sisters as well. The Hindutva, this is on a daily basis, my friend.
Yeah.
If you go home and you search Hindutva crimes in India, literally, there are people that are told on the street, yeah, if they find out that you're a Muslim, on the street, they will say, you need to now proclaim Jai Shri Ram. That means, Jai means long live their God, Ram. Yeah?
Okay.
So going to people,
Yeah.
and then if they refuse to, beating them
Yeah.
in front of the public. And these videos, they're viral. They go viral. Yeah? And this is, I'm telling you, I follow, and I would suggest you follow him on Twitter as well. It's CJ Werleman. He's an Australian journalist. CJ Werleman. CJ Werleman.
Yeah.
He's a bit more balanced in terms of the atrocities that he shows.
Talk about different ones.
Exactly. So 969, unaware of. Yeah. Hindutva or the Sangis.
And you know what? I should know about these groups.
No, but what I'm trying to say, what I'm going to say, Shane, is I don't blame you because the mainstream media, it's if you look at the interests and the funding, for example, Sky, Sky, and not CNN, Fox, I think Washington Post, or I'm not sure about Washington Post, but that's called the Murdoch Empire.
Yeah.
And Murdoch himself he's an open Islamophobe. Yeah, look at his tweets. He's openly. So the point that I'm trying to say is, if you look at where the funding's coming from,
From anti-Islamic.
exactly. Yeah. So we've got the 969. We've got the Hindutva. Yeah. There was another group, and this was when I was doing these Palestinian videos as well. There's a group even within the Israeli Knesset. Yeah. And it's a very hardline Zionist group, which has now got mainstream acceptance in
So loud.
mainstream acceptance even within Israel.
Yeah.
The thing, Shane, is because you're a receptive individual, and you're getting your answers. Sometimes that's the only way for these people to distract. I honestly believe this is what some people have to come and destroy. Yeah, but we will continue. Are you aware of the Lord's Resistance Army?
Is that in Africa?
That's yes.
That's in. Yeah.
But the thing is, they're not reported. For example, were you aware about two weeks ago?
Yeah.
In India, there were mass gatherings where they were calling for the death of Muslims. Yeah, open in Israel.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
Sorry, 1 second.
Look over there, what can you see?
Sorry, I had an important message.
No problem.
What can you see?
So, point that I'm trying to say, Shane, is there's many of these groups that don't get media coverage. Why? Because it doesn't meet the interests of the media. For example, you know this whole Israel-Palestine issue that was going on. when it came to Palestinians, when it came to Israelis,
Yeah.
they say they have been killed.
Yeah.
But when it came to Palestinians, it's, oh, they've died.
Yeah. It's
Now, if you look, somebody who's died,
Yeah.
it's like in a passive way. Oh yeah, he's just died. Oh no.
Yeah.
Killed is more aggressive.
yeah.
Yeah. So language is very.
I think I saw your video.
Oh, you did.
Where you and Ali had a fan, and
We did.
you were.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't dispute that. Yeah.
So Shane,
The language does play a role in.
it does,
how
Shane.
it does,
Yeah,
yeah.
it does.
No, I-
And the thing is, Shane, if you look into this India thing,
Yeah.
there's a lot of madness going on in India.
I saw a documentary actually. It was in.
Vice probably, isn't
It
it?
might have been where
Or Showtime.
it was talking about Muslim businesses getting burnt and destroyed. I forgot the reason why,
Yeah.
but I saw a documentary on that. Is that what you're talking about? 'Cause they
That's
were getting-
also happening.
Yeah.
That's definitely happening. Are you aware of the concentration camps in China as well?
Yeah. I don't know.
Uyghur.
Uyghur.
Yeah. Some people pronounce it Uyghur.
Uyghur.
Uyghur. I just go with the Uyghur.
Yeah,
Because
but
that's
basically,
what people are
there's
familiar
Muslims,
with.
and not just Muslims. There are some Christians that are being
course.
put in these camps as well.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of injustices.
What I'm trying to highlight, Shane, is when you look at news, you have to be, and it's very difficult for you to be balanced because BBC, they're unbalanced. Like the way they claim to be very nuanced,
Yeah.
but the media war, I would say, on
Is-
Jeremy Corbyn was
Yeah.
absolutely preposterous. Yeah, even if a person doesn't agree with Jeremy Corbyn, yeah, at least give the guy, proper coverage.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of Jeremy Corbyn, in terms of his morals, there's some things I might not agree with him. I'm not a political person, but I could understand that he's a good person at his core. And he wants the best for everyone. So in terms of that, yeah, there's a lot of media interpretation of him being a supporter of terrorism and this and that. So yeah, I get your point. I do get your point on that.
And just a correction, it's just entered my mind. The 75% that I said,
Yeah.
it was actually a report that was submitted to Congress.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and this was by organization. Forgotten the organization, but you can search it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 75% stat is pretty standard.
Yeah.
But the other one that I was referring to, the British guy, who's a terrorism analyst, his stat was that you are more likely, in fact, the chance of you dying in a terrorist attack
Yeah.
is 1 in 16,000. You're more likely to die. You're 100,000 times more likely to die in a car accident than you are in a terrorist attack.
Yeah.
But the way the media
Portrays
makes
it makes
Yeah.
it seem worse. Yeah. No, I get you. I mean, I suppose
you've pretty much covered like the main kind of
I mean,
contention.
my last, because I have to head off.
No, that's fine.
My last question.
Is Jabi, have you got Qur'an? Have you got Qur'an? Alright, no. Does anyone have a spare Qur'an or something?
No, he's the one that's supposed to have a base.
Yeah.
But taking your base. When I went to Dubai, I went to Abu Dhabi. I went to
No, normally Ali's here with the table and he normally has one.
Sorry.
Alright, so Shane, my gift to you is virtual Qur'an. So this virtual Qur'an,
I have actually got a Quran, but I mean,
the thing, Shane,
yeah, and I've got a physical copy.
Here's one thing that I really want you to kind of do tadabbur on, yeah? Just to focus on. Islam is the only religion that's constantly in the eyes and on the tongues of people. There must be a reason. Yeah? There must be a reason why Islam is relevant. There must be a reason why people keep looking to Islam, questioning about Islam, why Islam is relevant. Yeah. When it comes to other faiths like Christians, when it comes to the Council of Nicaea, when it comes to different versions of the Bible, when it comes to the Qur'an, you look at any manuscript. Yeah, from Sana'a. Yeah, the one in the British Library, the one in your homes now. You go to Somalia, you go to Japan. Yeah, you pick up any copy of the Quran, it will be identical. However, you go to Japan, you look at one copy of the Bible, King James Version, you come here, New Testament, it's going to be different. The Quran, my friend, is one. When you look at the Prophet, peace be upon him, why is that Muslim when he gets up at the start of the day? Yeah, Islam teaches us how to clean ourselves in the toilet. It teaches us the ritual ablution, to cut our nails, to wash our hands, how to greet. Yeah, to not to say oof, not to even say, even a sigh of frustration to our parent. If think about it, Shane, even when it comes to small things like this, why would Islam need to tell us to clean yourself using tissue and water in the toilet? Respect your parents. Yeah, keep your mother.
There's a lot of good moral things. I totally agree with that. My last question I have for you is, why do no Muslim countries as of today, and maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong, but why do no Muslim countries implement the Sharia as of today?
Very good. Okay, so the last empire, Islamic empire that was known was the Ottoman Empire. Are you aware of the Ottoman Empire?
Yeah, they ruled for a long time.
They did.
And it was a large caliphate, right?
It was a very large caliphate, correct.
Caliphate,
So there was Shariah there, yeah. But the thing is, it's after the Ottoman Empire, the fall of the Ottoman Empire, there's something, and I want you to search this when you go home. I would recommend everybody listening to search this as well. It's called the Sykes-Picot Treaty. Yeah? Sykes-Picot. Sykes, and Picot, Pikot. Yeah? Sykes-Picot. What they did to the Ottoman Empire was literally, they divided it up. So they said, so you say, Russia, you take this, we'll take this, we'll take that, you take this. So carving up, and then that's what they did. So Palestine fell within the jurisdiction of the United Kingdom, and then they gave it away, which it wasn't theirs to give away, and that's why you have issues there till today. So after Sykes-Picot, what's happened is, and again I'm referencing that book called Killing Hope. Killing Hope by William Bloom, B-L-U-M.
I'll have to search that, because that would be quite interesting to read.
This after, just search up when you go home, Smile to Jannah and in Speaker's Corner, and this video should be up, our discussion. So search it, and these names that I'm saying, you can just go back and just check them again. Because everything that I've said, mate, I'm not just saying it to play to the crowd. There's only like 7 people here now.
I came to you because you're genuine, and I like your content on YouTube. And I have maybe some misconceptions that I want to learn more about, just to understand, because I might have some bias from media. Like you said, like there's a lot of words and a lot of things that the media does.
But just to do this point, before it slips my mind. So William Bloom, in his book, like I said, since World War II, he's compiled 50 nations. 50 countries that the United States has endeavored to interfere with. But of those 50, 30 are democratic countries that America has interfered in. And one that we know of today is Iran. In around 1951, it was ruled by somebody called Mohammad Mossadegh, and it was a democratic country. But because he wanted to nationalize oil, that then was an issue for the British and the Americans. That's why they overthrew him and then installed him with the Shah, and then afterwards the Ayatollahs came in. Ever since then it's been destabilized. But the point that I'm trying to say is this: it's Sharia is not within the interests of the West. Because if Sharia is implemented, then it's going to cause issues. So what they do is they do. I'll tell you why. And I want you to bear this in mind. What happened, Shane, was the main kind of oil dealer back in the days was Saudi. And back in the days when the dollar wasn't that strong, what they did was, when Saudi had an issue with
Yeah.
what's going on with Israel Palestine,
Yep.
they started fiddling with the dollar rate of
Yeah.
petrol.
Okay.
Now, when they fiddled with that, the whole of America came to a standstill. Oil is what's powering our planet. America came to a standstill. And then you need to read a very good book. It's called Secret Affairs by Mark Curtis.
Got a lot of books to read, eh?
And in there, he goes, after that, the Brits and the West goes, you know what, we need to make sure this never happens again. Yeah? And that's when they had a very strong bond with the Saudis, and that's where Saudis backed the oil with the dollar, and that's how we had the petrodollar. And even in Afghanistan, it's a very significant place there. Iraq, as I would say, Venezuela, Iraq, Saudi, these are on the top 5 of the largest oil
And what's
reserves on the
happened to
planet.
these countries today?
So it's look, even within India as well. India was ruled for 200 years. And if you recommend another book called Inglorious Empire by Shashi Tharoor, and
Very well first, aren't you?
so I have to be, because if I'm here telling you that, look, Islam is the way. I have to, you know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
fair
I'm not
enough.
here gassing, like, I'm telling you, like.
And there are a lot of people that do in this part. But I agree with you.
So Shashi Tharoor will tell you some of the vile acts that the British did in India, like even with the people that were very good at textile, and to stop them from, sewing and creating the stuff needed, they would cut off their thumbs. The Kikuyu tribe of Kenya, they would put their scrotum in a vice and squish it. They took the empire to court. This was, again, you can search this up as a Telegraph. They took them to court. These things have happened. And when the British, they left India after 200 years. As the people were celebrating, you could see a column of smoke. And that column of smoke was them burning the colonialization documents. And even now, we have 9 million documents, and they're stored in a shared facility with MI6 or MI5 up north near Derbyshire. So you can search stuff. It's on The Guardian as well. It's written by, I think, Ian Cobain. He's very good when it comes to this. So the point. So did that answer your?
I mean.
And you know what?
It makes sense. Like what you're saying, I can agree with, but it just why.
I'll tell you why. And I'll summarize it with this: history is written by the victors. History is written by the victors. And Winston Churchill said, "I don't care what they say about me, because we're going to be writing the history books." And I saw that article. It's an opinion piece, again by Shashi Tharoor. It's in The Guardian. You can search this up. In that same article, he was saying, you know about the Afghans, the very Afghans now. You know what's going on in Afghanistan, So with the Afghans, he said, and this again is in the same article. He said these Afghans, they need to know about they need to respect the white man. They need to know and respect the white man. But you're not going to hear that in the narrative that CNN is saying. The point that I'm trying to say, look, Shane, is you're not living in the Ottoman Empire. You're living in a Western neo-liberalized, post-industrial revolutionized empire, and it's this empire that is writing the history books. They're the ones that are controlling the narrative.
No, I agree. Before I go, can I just ask you?
And Shane, if you want to ask me any stuff, even on camera, you're more than welcome to do so. You can take my details as well.
Sorry, I just. What was I going to say? I've heard a few Muslims say that the UK is one of the best countries in the world to be a Muslim. Would you agree with that?
I would, I'm born and bred. Bred, margarine, jam.
No, of course. But there's a lot of people born and bred here that don't like this country for whatever reason.
And I would say they have a right to do so.
Of course.
Like when you say like the country, like I love living in the country. I love the people. Yes, there are certain things like I'm not going to say I love that guy.
Who is that?
Shouting.
Is that Piers Corbyn?
Yeah.
Not Piers.
Yeah, Jeremy Corbyn's brother.
Yeah, Piers. Yeah.
Anti-vaxxer, yeah.
That's
yeah.
it. That's it.
Yeah. So,
You would say this is one of the best countries.
no, to be honest, I've been to many other countries. I love it here.
Yeah.
I love it here. I love the people here. But the thing is, I love it here. That's why I speak out when I need to speak out.
Okay.
I'll call Boris Johnson a clown.
Yeah.
I'll do that. I'll say Bojo the clown.
justified at times.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You'll agree with me. Most of the country will agree with me. He's a clown. Yeah. When what Prevent is doing to young kids that they say cucumber, and then they get shipped off to Prevent because the teacher thinks that he's talking about Kookaburra. Yeah, or shifting a kid to Prevent
Yeah,
because
it's
he's playing a
it's bit
Fortnite game.
hardcore, isn't it?
Yeah, so I will speak against Prevent. I will speak about these things. But when it comes to the country and the people of the country, of course, I wouldn't be here otherwise, to be honest.
No, fair enough.
I have, and you know what? I'm yet to come across somebody that says, you know, I hate this country. I don't know why I'm here. Like, we're living in a country. You got a British passport. You can do what you want.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
constructively, if you got an issue, so you come to Speaker's Corner. You give your views,
Yeah.
and then if you come across someone rational like Shane, you'll have an excellent conversation.
Oh, thank you.
No, honestly, Shane, I wish, and you know what? I'm glad you stayed, and I'm glad that cameras have captured this because, Shane, this is the way. You're rational. At the start, you were a bit wobbly, but then when it came to rationality, when it came to common sense, you took it on board, and you were like, you know what? Let me hear him out. You know what? He is making sense. And you know what, Shane? And I say this to the other people. The vast amount of Muslims are approachable.
Yeah.
If you have your neighbors, you have people that you go with to your schools or whatnot, I encourage you to dialogue with them.
And that's why, like I say, I wanted to clarify some things with someone that I like because I follow your channel. I've seen a few of your videos. I saw your video recently about the Taliban, and I thought it was quite interesting and constructive. You know, to take a more balanced approach. You know, I saw your video with Ali with the BBC video. You went to in North London.
Embassy. Gold is green.
Yeah, I thought that was fair. You know, I don't see an issue with that. I thought that was quite good.
Thank you. Shane, like I said, I think you were on your phone when I said this.
Yeah.
Even if there's some questions you want to ask off camera,
Yeah.
you can take my details, and then we can speak off camera
Yeah,
as well.
no, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Shane,
much.
look after yourself.
Thank you.
How do you prefer?
Oh, anyway,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you use email
I do.
or
Turn the mics
Insta?
off.
Huh?
If you're gonna give me your number, turn the mics off.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, anyway, WhatsApp, Skype,
All right.
or email. It's
What-
up to you. Whatever's.
In Instagram, DM would be better. Do you have Instagram?
I do.
Okay. So
You have Instagram.
just DM me on Instagram. Just say
You're not
blob.
gonna see the
Huh?
You're not gonna see it. There's so much.
I'm gonna do it now. Because you know what? I think this, you smile. Okay. Smile.
Oh, is it just your YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
Why didn't it come up?
I guess you have a blue tick, right?
I don't know.
Oh, what?
Not on Instagram. On YouTube, I do. So
What's the right blog?
you can write whatever you want.
Oh, okay.
That was just me. Just
Oh, okay.
hello, darkness, my old friend. You can say that.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice. Thank you for the conversation. I appreciate
No, my
that.
pleasure. All right. So that's you here.
Yeah.
I'll put you in
Nice.
general, and I say hello.
Yeah. No, I appreciate
And then any
that.
questions, mate? Because I know even on camera sometimes you're
Yeah, I mean, I-
watching your words. But
Yeah, because I was planning one-to-one, so I've never been filmed, so it's hard for me to get everything that I want to say across because obviously it's a bit nerve-wracking to have so many people on me. That's why I wanted to wear the mask.
especially these brownies.
No. No.
I get it.
But yeah, no, I really enjoyed it, so thank you.
I appreciate
Thank you
that,
for the
Shane.
conversation.
And like I said, my friend, I will also pray for you. But I say this to anyone that's sincere. Yeah, there's a pill that you take. Yeah. And this pill is
It sounds like the Matrix. A red pill, blue.
it's a metaphorical pill.
Yeah.
And here's what you do: you go home today, Shane, and you just raise your hands in whichever way you feel comfortable. Yeah? And I think you've heard this, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you say, Lord, God, whoever you are, wherever you are, guide me. Yeah, guide me to the straight path. Help me reach the path. I genuinely want to know.
Yeah.
I'm scared of what I've heard, but there's just so much misinformation.
Yeah.
You can see today I went and I spent 45 minutes, an hour speaking to Smile to Jannah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've made that effort because Shane, you know what it is, my friend?
Yeah,
You've made the effort. You know when you're making an effort, Shane, why would God not listen? You know what I'm saying? You've made the effort. So this is now what I want you to do. You go home, you say, God, I've made the effort today. I was rational, I was respectful, and there's whatever's going on inside me, I want you to help me.
Yeah.
And then Shane, I'll be here next week as well. And you have
Do you
my
come here every
details.
week now then?
Yeah, I'm trying to come every
Yeah.
Sunday.
Because if I'm not mistaken, like a lot of your videos are from that room, right?
It is on the sofa, yeah.
Yeah.
On the sofa.
But you're going to come down here more often.
I am. I like it here because, to be fair, Shane, seeing people like yourself, I think is more of an encouragement for me as well. Because, like you've acknowledged, I do read and I know my references. But the thing is, sometimes all it takes is the person that's there with an open mind and knows, mate.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Love my
Thank
bro.
you. Yeah. It's really good talking to you guys. Thank you.
They'll guide you.
Thank you. Might as well shake everyone's hand. Right. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank
Do
you.
that. Yeah.